Yo guys, it's Dima here, back with another video. And today we're gonna do a One Piece arc review. You know what I'm saying, part 2. But this time we're on to Orange Town and what's that one? Syrup Village. But yeah guys, we left off the video last time where Luffy and Zoro left out to sea, and we'll continue from there. They both aimlessly were just sailing out at sea. Obviously Luffy had to make a little joke like, we need to find a navigator, and of course they end up at Orange Town where they bump into Nami. And there's a bigger problem there though. There's a villain named Buggy the Clown here. This guy's just wow. Buggy is such a funny character, honestly, and this guy is not here to play games at all. The arc begins when Luffy falls out of the sky and lands in front of Nami and 3 of Buggy's crewmates, and this guy immediately just beats the hell out of them 3 for no reason. And Nami sees this, already having seen Luffy in the past. They decide to make a partnership, you know what I'm saying? She helps him rob, and Luffy's just causing chaos. But eventually this guy bumps into Buggy and he just gets put in a cage like, bro, what are you doing, Luffy? And while all this is going on, at the same time, Oda gives a whole dog a backstory. Like, only Oda can make a dog's backstory that sad. And not to mention Zoro absolutely getting destroyed by one guy on a unicycle. I think it was called Kabaji or something. This guy was ridiculous. Might as well just call him the world's strongest swordman right there and then. Eventually Zoro ends up winning this fight and all goes well, but then we go back to Luffy and this guy's still in the cage, and Buggy's about to shoot a massive cannon, a muggy ball at him from point blank range, and that could destroy the whole town. It's like, this guy must be crazy. With the help of Nami and Zoro though, Luffy does get out of the cage and absolutely just starts battering Buggy. But my favourite part about the fight is when Buggy chops up his straw hat and Luffy is just mad, and then he starts thinking about Shanks. Obviously Buggy being his crewmate in the past, just giving him flashbacks. Our beloved protagonist though eventually does win his fight and sends Buggy flying with a jet bazooka into the sky, just like Team Rocket in Pokemon. In this next arc, the crew arrive at shore and they're met by a kid who claims to have 8,000 people under his command, but he never tells lies, right? Usopp never tells lies. So obviously, as they should, the crew were scared of him at first, but they soon learned that he was just a kid willing to go on an adventure, just like his father, Yasopp, who was part of the red-haired pirates actually, which Luffy recognized. And unsurprisingly, he spent more time with Usopp's father than Usopp did himself, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, come on bro, just let the kid have his father. After learning a bit about Usopp's backstory and how after his mother died he'd always run around town shouting pirates are coming, which was sort of a way of coping because his father was gone. He was hoping his father, a pirate, would return. That's when the Straw Hats arrive, and honestly all is going well until Usopp stumbles upon Klahadore, or Kuro, the butler of Kaya, obviously planning on killing her to take her fortune. Obviously Kuro, he need me some money, so he was looking for some money, so he wanted that fortune. So yeah, he was planning on killing her after serving her for 3 years, always planning on eventually taking her fortune, which is crazy. And obviously Usopp was seen as a liar by the village. Even Kaya didn't believe him. He'd tell her stories all the time and she wouldn't know if she would believe him or not. But obviously that was a friend too. She was always happy to listen. Now, when he does tell her that Kuro was planning on killing her, she was just brushing it off. She was like, why are you lying, whatever. And that actually ruined his reputation a little bit more. So to keep her safe, Usopp attempts to takes Kaya away, or tries to at least, until she stops him and calls the security to basically tell him to back off. This does eventually lead to a big fight, and obviously Kuro gets his crew, the Black Cat Pirates, along with Django, and the Mr. Manipulator, This guy, he was actually one of my favorite characters at the time. And the Myaobian brothers to take on the crew, which we eventually do see that the crew ends up winning the fight. Kuro gets defeated, the village is saved, even Kaio helped out a bit. But eventually this led to the crew bringing in Usopp as the latest member of the crew. And there we go, guys. I'm gonna end off the video over here. That's been the 2 arcs, Orange Town and Syrup Village. I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure that you like, subscribe and all that.